Well, guys, back again. Had a bit of a break, just from everything, work life and everything's just been absolutely crazy now. Obviously COVID's, well, things are starting to go back to normal, which is great, but lots of changes going on at the moment. Changed my main job, so I'm doing a lot more miles every day, but it gives me more time off, so I'm actually working more but have less time at work, which is great. But that means I'm doing a lot of miles, and I was using the Skyline, but doing sort of 70 miles a day in the Skyline is getting expensive, so I decided buy another car, buy another daily. So, you know, as a daily would be, you get something fuel efficient, something cheap, sort of cheap to run, but I'm not about that. I like to have a smile when I drive a car, you know, something to put a smile on your face, something a bit fun, but you can put your foot down. So obviously most people would go for a nice diesel, quite fuel efficient, obviously you got some torque, but I didn't. I was looking for cars, been looking on the market for ages. I've got a fairly low budget just because I want something just cheap to run, and I gave up in the end. Saw the car that I've got behind me and thought, yeah, it's okay, but then as soon as I drove it, instantly just fell in love with it. It's Japanese, it's red, and here it is. Yeah, so Honda Civic Type R EP3 in red. Probably, it's a great colour, but probably the worst paint in the world. Yeah, so the story was I needed a car, and I kept on looking, found certain cars, but they just, you know when a car's just not right, you want something that you can walk away from and look behind. If you look behind, it's the right car. If you walk away from it, it's not the right car without looking at it. So I kept on looking. I've always wanted one of these. In fact, my first car, I had a Clio, and I remember racing a Civic Type R, and I just thought, yeah, that's cool. And obviously, I love my Japanese cars. So when I went to view this, I literally turned up and thought, ooh, the paint on it is absolutely terrible. Was a little bit put off, I must admit, but then I looked at the service history. It's got a genuine Honda full service history, which is a major plus. It normally has these suffer with rust at the back of the vehicle, sort of up in the seals in there. It's got a little bit of surface rust, but nothing's actually set in yet, which is again a major thing. And also it's unmodified. This is completely stock. It's literally just hit 100,000 miles, full service history, stock, Civic Type R. I kind of thought to myself, paint is fixable. But trying to find something like this, and it's actually, body-wise, not too bad. So I kind of thought, actually, you know what, I took up the road, the first ever time hitting VTEC, instantly just thought, well, this is me. So I brought it. So here it is. I'd almost say it's probably the the worst paint on a car I've ever owned or ever seen. I apologise if I'm walking around the car and just making you feel sick, but I'm just trying to show the full effect of this paint. It is absolutely terrible. In fact, it's even missing here. So I'm quite happy to admit it's the worst it's the worst paint job on a car I've seen or have. But you know what, it's done wonders actually so far. I've done a couple of trips to my work. It's actually been pretty good on the fuel, better than the Skyline. Yeah, we've got a little dent here, but I might be able to see if I can get something behind it and maybe pull it out, but we shall see. But yeah, wheels definitely need a refurb, majorly. So it's mainly all the stuff it needs is quite visual. Getting the wheels refurbed, getting like the kit taken off and resprayed possibly. It's probably been the only way it's going to fix it. Yeah, so it's nice to actually see a stock, completely stock car. And yeah, and it hits VTEC, and it hits VTEC well. So this is my first ever time having a Civic Type R, or having anything with VTEC actually. It does feel very strange though, revving all the way up to sort of 6 to then hitting VTEC. It just does, to me it still feels quite strange revving a red line on a car like that. It just but that's just me. But yeah, so it's nice, actually quite clean interior. It's obviously got the mats rubbed through, but that's kind of expecting it. You got a little plate there if it actually works. Yeah, Civic Type R plate. And generally it's good condition actually. I'm actually really happy with it. Plans are really just to go through it all. I've got a full service kit coming, so I'm going to service it myself, even though it's got full service history, but I've got genuine filters and stuff coming, so I'll do that on the next sort of video. Going to go gearbox change, oil change, all the fluids, spark plugs, filters, everything. And then replace the brakes, because we've got a bit of a weird noise on the rear when you press the foot down. I think the discs are rusty. But yeah, so there it is. So my first job is literally, I'm going to get home in a minute, give it a massive clean and actually see what I've got to deal with, because it's still haven't even been washed since I brought it, because I've owned this for 2 days so far. So yeah, next video I'll give it a little wash.